What's up, Gator Nation? Zach Abaverdi and Nick Del Torre here, coming to you live from the swamp with our latest rapid reaction following Florida's 45-7 win over Samford, their first of the 2024 season and their first in 6 games, snapping a losing streak that dated back almost 11 months. Nick, it's been a while since we covered a Florida win. This one was different, unique, one that will be talked about, I think, as we go through this season, and one that'll go down in the record books as DJ Lackway sets a UF freshman record, 456 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. It's so crazy to say that. And the 7th most ever from a Florida quarterback in school history in a single game. So about as good as it could have gone for DJ, minus some red zone trips that they came away empty-handed on, but defense pitched a first half shutout. Nick, they got about everything they wanted out of this game.
And so, I mean, the game has gotten a little bit softer. Without that suplex, unnecessary roughness with Jason Marshall, you might pitch a shutout completely. But this is the DJ Lagway show.
And he stole it, boy.
Yeah, I mean, he's a special player. The pass, I mean, he made a bunch of really nice passes today, but the pass to Aiden Mizell, kind of like scrambled, pockets collapsing as they continue to play.
He was right in front of me.
As they continue to play musical chairs, steps up in the pocket, off balance, just a flick of the 35-yard flick over a defender.
Perfectly placed.
I think Neil Blackman tweeted it. He's like, "There's only a handful of people on earth that can make a play like that, and DJ Lagway is one of them," which we'll get into probably later about. Does DJ Lagway start next week?
Oh, what do you mean? What are you talking about? There's no quarterback controversy. Nick, what are you saying?
I will be shocked if DJ Lagway starts against Texas A&M, which is crazy because I'm sitting here, here's your stats. DJ Lagway was 18 of 25 for 456 yards, 3 touchdowns with a long of 85 on the little flick to Trey Wilson, who Trey does most of the work, but DJ gets the credit. It's like the kid
looked like college football 25 on that play.
It did. I enjoy that play because as a bad student, I enjoy being in group projects and showing up when they were due and collecting that A. I feel like that's what the quarterback does when he gives that little pass. But a phenomenal first showing for DJ Lagway. I think Florida also handled this well. The last time they played Samford here, they live streamed Club Dub in the locker room after coming back to beat the FCS Bulldogs. This team hadn't won in almost a year, so I'm guaranteeing you that was a party in the locker room. You put so many hours into it, countless reps. It's hot, it's humid, you can tell behind us. You deserve to celebrate. You don't need to live stream it when you beat an FCS opponent. Billy Napier comes out and says, listen, no, it's like no disrespect to Samford, but we're going to have much tougher opponents. Tyreek Sapp was a little more blunt, but Tyreek Sapp's a national treasure who we need to protect at all costs.
Well, I must say, shout out to Florida's Director of Communications, Scott Burns, and his partner, Matt Hutchinson, who brought DJ Lagway to media tonight with some convincing on their part. Or I don't know how much they had to convince after the performance he put up. But for those that don't know, there is a rule at UF, and it's not just a Napier rule, but that freshmen don't talk to the media. And that's been kind of the case for as long as we can remember, Nick. And they broke that rule tonight. But when you set a freshman record and throw for nearly half of 1,000 yards, it's probably time to bring that guy out. And as somebody said to me leaving media after we got to hear from DJ, he probably speaks better at the podium than maybe half the guys on the team. Yeah. And that's not a knock on them. It's a credit to DJ and how well-spoken he is, given the amount of attention and interviews that he's had during his recruitment process, through all of the endorsements and NIL deals that he's had. He is very well-versed in front of a camera, very comfortable at the microphone, and that should not be the last time that we talk to him this season. But what we don't know is, will that be the last time he starts? Because he came into the University of Florida as an early enrollee, and I asked him about this tonight, because back at Under Armour, he said during an interview that Keith had with him I'm coming in to try and start.
Yeah.
I'm coming in to try and win. And that's probably not what people thought that he could do. And then maybe that's not something that he saw as a realistic goal. But nonetheless, he prepared himself like a starter. I think that benefited him tonight. But he clearly showed that this is not just some one off. Yeah, you got the start because Mertz was hurt, but this is a dog team. You know, could you replicate the success that you had again? The way that he played Saturday night in the swamp, that can be replicated.
Yeah.
And as much as Napier wants to avoid it, as much as he loves Graham Mertz and feels like that might give him his best chance to win games this season, it is clear where this program is at right now, what the people want, and 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 why that is. I mean, it's not like they're chanting his names in the stands for no reason. The guy is letting it rip down the field. He played outstanding in his first career start. I mean, outstanding. And some of the decisions that he made, some of the balls that he threw, some of the ways that he pushed the envelope on offense is what this unit needs, honestly, to probably take itself to the next step. And whether he starts another game this season, whether he comes off the bench, whether it's a 2 quarterback system, they need DJ Lagway if they're going to reach their potential on offense.
Yeah, let's steal a line from Jalen Rose. Got to give the people, give the people
What they want.
I don't think you're gonna get what you want next week, but thank you for letting me see.
Do you know who sings that song?
No, I'm exhausted. I have a new warrant.
I'm gonna show my
tired.
music skills right
So
here.
tired.
That's the OJs.
Shout out to the OJs, not OJ Simpson.
That's the same group that sings "Money, Money, Money, Money."
Classic.
Money.
Well, I think they're kind of like checking off some boxes. The box that I have left unchecked, like Graham Mertz's last concussion protocol box, is the offensive line continuing to shift. I don't understand. I was talking to a former quarterback today, and he said, the keys to your car are your center and your left tackle. Don't take my keys away." And Austin Barber, who graded out as Florida's best offensive lineman last week, continues to sip Gatorade for entire drives. If you're going to continue to play the guys you're playing on the right side who continue to struggle, and then rotate your best offensive lineman, one of your top 2 offensive linemen, out of games, DJ Lagway's mobility gives you a better chance. And I remember saying this last year. I don't know that Florida's offensive line was good in Napier's first year. You had Osiris Torrance, who was an All-American, but you also had a 6'4", 250-pound quarterback who was not going to be sacked easily. And I think Anthony Richardson made Florida's offensive line look better than they were. You didn't have that last year with Graham Mertz, who was sacked more than
39.
I'm a man. I'm 40. And now you have a DJ who we clearly saw move around in the pocket, show more poise than a lot of 19-year-old kids would have in their first game, or feeling pressure, moving up. He showed off the arm talent. I think if you're going to continue playing musical chairs on the offensive line, DJ Lagway gives you a better chance.
And I would say, having watched the replay, and I'm sure you guys have seen the highlight as well, but the touchdown pass that he threw to Aiden Mizell.
Nasty.
Nick described it, but he did step up in the pocket, and the right tackle on that play got beat. And if he does not have the situational awareness and peripheral vision to realize that that guy was coming from behind him to step up into the pocket and then launch that throw, he's getting sacked.
Yep.
And calling it like it is, Florida got sacked last week on plays like that where their right tackle got beat. So again, for Lagway to show that type of poise, pocket awareness, his starting debut as a true freshman is why he was ranked the nation's #1 cornerback consensus coming out of the class of 2024. 5-star recruit. He lived up to that billing tonight. We could talk about Lagway for this entire video.
We're just going to.
I do want to say that the defense, with 4 starters down too, had a nice solid rebound, pitched the first half shutout. Second quarter, they dominated, -8 rushing yards. They didn't let them cross the midfield. And I thought that some guys stood out. George Gum looked good. His guy, Tyreek Sapp, had another strong game. Both of those guys stepping up at that edge position is what you want to see. And, even it was great, obviously, because of the lead that Florida got. They got to play a lot of young guys, Miles Graham, Aaron Childs. That was awesome to see. So good for the defense as well to go out there and have a feel-good performance.
Yeah, Rob, I think Dijon Johnson will be the guy that steps up. If Devin Moore is out and Jakeem Jackson's out, I think Dijon Johnson is probably the next guy up there. Maybe we'll see a little more Jameer Grimsley. He's super athletic, super long.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a really good prospect. But, yeah, Florida's dealing with a little injury bug, and maybe we'll get some of those guys back. Like, we don't know. Like Shareef Denson had a big brace on his left knee today walking around.
Mason
Like
Turner was not dressed.
Not dressed, but like no visible.
Yeah. He's got a hamstring injury. So this is what Florida needed.
Mm-hmm.
They probably didn't celebrate as hard as they did the last time they beat Samford, but
they can. I just wrote that. I'm like, listen, you only get 12 guaranteed opportunities. And people are like, no, 13, 16. You get 12. You have to win 6 games to get the opportunity to play a 13th. Celebrate it. Just when it's an FCS team, and like it was in 2021, when you give up 56 to an FCS team, don't live stream your celebration, but celebrate with your brothers. I hope they had a great time. It's been a long time since those guys had walked off a football field winners.
And
celebrate.
When's the last time they won on the Swamp? Let's go back and look.
Good heavens.
So this was look, there was a little bit of nervousness, I think, coming into tonight. Excitement, obviously, for Lagway, but at the end of the day, folks, you were still starting a true freshman quarterback.
7th in Florida history.
Yeah.
I think.
And you were down 4 starters on defense. There was a lot of negativity surrounding the program. How much did the team's confidence take a shot because of how last week went? Mm-hmm. They were embarrassed. Were they going to show up tonight? It wasn't the best first half, but, man, they came alive in the second half. And as much as, again, they've wanted to avoid it, they maybe didn't think it was going to happen. I do think that we've got a quarterback controversy on our hands. I don't think that it'll be a controversy in the locker room per se. Speaking of Eugene Wilson Knight, he said we can roll with both of these guys. Both of them can help us win. As Napier said, they're going to play Lagway in every game. That was always going to be their plan. It's just now a matter of does he get more first-team reps? Do they switch things up a little bit with the rotation and the series that he gets? Does he get the Devin Manuel treatment that Nick loves so much? We'll find out. They continue to shuffle that offensive line, though, man. Right side, left side. It's
9 equals 1. Make the hats.
Yeah. So, but nonetheless, the Gators get back in the win column. They are now 1-1 on the season, and they are back in the Swamp next Saturday for their SEC opener against Texas A&M. And before we get out of here, we got a super chat.
If Napier starts Lagway next week and loses, the fan base wouldn't be as mad. But if he starts Mertz and loses, it's all hell. It's not even if he starts Mertz and loses. If he starts Mertz, the pitchforks are out.
Yeah.
I sent the tweet out. I sent the tweet out like in the second quarter. The score was still 14-0, I think. It wasn't even crazy yet. And I was like, y'all are going to be mad as hell next week when Graham Mertz starts. I was right. The quote tweets, you go find that tweet. Some of the quote tweets are fantastic. Some of them are just angry. I just think Graham Mertz came back. The trust that Billy Napier has in him. It's an interesting dynamic in my mind because you need to win games to have an opportunity to coach in 2025. They believe Graham Mertz gives them, maybe that changed a little bit, but they believed that Graham Mertz gives them the best opportunity to do that. I said in the offseason, right around signing day, that DJ Lagway can save Billy Napier's job, but Billy has to get an offensive coordinator and save his own job to make it to Billy, or to make it to DJ Lagway in 2025. We got a glimpse of the future tonight, and I think DJ Lagway has enough athletic ability that he can make up for any play calling woes that fans might have.
Speaking of, what did you think about Billy's answer tonight when asked?
Billy's calling plays. I get listen. he's probably tired of being asked about. I know he's tired about being asked about it. But when asked if he called the plays last
Say it
week,
with your chest,
he
Billy.
called the plays this week. He said we called the plays.
Say it with your chest,
Which,
Billy.
you know, with the headset, congratulations, DJ, for being able to hear 12 people calling the same play and you know, figuring it out. But yeah, Billy Napier's calling plays, and the tinfoil hat last week of Russ was calling the plays when DJ was in because Billy's microphone was up, and it's like because the microphone moves, and every like the 4 times you saw a random shot of Billy Napier, the microphone was up, and they're like, yeah, he wasn't calling them. Billy Napier's calling plays. There might be a collaborative effort.
It is a collaborative effort
To make a game plan, and someone might say, "Hey, let's try this." Okay, that's cool.
Or the next time we're on 3rd and 5, Billy, this might be a good thing for us to run. And it's a suggestion that then he makes the final call
But
on.
the buck stops at his desk. He makes the call.
And look, as much as people may not like that, if I'm him, I'm saying, hey, my play calling set a freshman record tonight. So there, Florida fans, as I open this water bottle and take a good sip.
No problem with the water bottle today. Just probably left it alone.
I was told they made sure that those were already open. So
what you guys didn't know is Zach glued the cap shut last week. It was a fix.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but we'll let the cat out of the bag. Well, the cat's out of the bag in Gainesville, Florida. DJ Lagway can play football. It's DJ Lagway over at Gators Online all night, all weekend. We're gonna write about him. We'll have his interview up. We'll have stories up from the game. We'll have snap counts, grades, 5 key plays, our takeaways, all of it. Make sure you guys go check out. Nick's gonna try to go get some sleep.
I got diapers in my future. I know I do, but sleep sounds good.
Oh, I have a yard to mow, but I got stories to write first for you.
And we
guys.
got NFL today.
That's right. That's right. So enjoy your NFL Sunday. Enjoy this win. Watch those DJ Lagway highlights, and
we'll see you Thursday for the Ghost Show. I think I got my buddy Ryan Bronzer to come on.
Shout out to Ryan.
My guy Bronny coming on. We'll detail
what?
Texas A&M, which I know is a special game for DJ Lagway. Yep. Willis, Texas is 45 minutes down the road.
Do you think Ryan will know how much Texas A&M is going to pull up to his house after the season in the Brinks truck with? You think he'll know that answer?
Florida's paying DJ with 2 commas, so they might get him on the cheap. No, just kidding. DJ's coming back. DJ said today he's all Gator. Did credit Billy Napier a lot for the reason why he's here. But I also want to shout out Joe Houston. H-Town legend, Joe Houston.
Joe Hamilton.
Hamilton.
The second time you've done that.
I got special teams on my
You
notice again.
You're partial to special
Notice
teams.
again, 11 guys on the field in 11 different jerseys every time. Shout out to Jeremy Croshaw, 61-yard bomb, a bloomin' onion. I'm so tired.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all Thursday. Happy weekend. Happy NFL Sunday. For Nick Del Torre, I'm Zach Alberti.